Hi everyone, today I decided to make a video talking about kind of some things I've learned as a small YouTuber, as well as some tips and tricks for people that are trying to get started in YouTube. Because I don't know if you've ever seen these videos before, but it's like what I've learned as a small YouTuber, and they have like 35,000 subscribers and like millions of views, and you're like, yeah buddy, you're not really a small YouTuber, not like me. Well, I really am a small YouTuber. I have about 500 subscribers, and I don't get that many views. I'm doing alright, but I don't have hundreds of thousands of millions of views. And if you're watching this in the future and I've made it and I have millions of subscribers and hundreds of thousands of views, I'm sorry, this is going to sound very, very hypocritical. But I just thought it'd be good to talk about YouTube from an actual small YouTuber's perspective. So I'm just going to go through a few kind of tips and tricks that I've learned here and just some different things that I've noticed about how to create content. This isn't going to be real technical, it's going to be a little bit more philosophical, but don't worry, I'm going to chapter it all out in the YouTube video, so feel free to click around to whatever interests you. So, one of the first things I've learned as being a small YouTuber is don't chase trends. And what do I mean by this? You might be making your content going back and forth every day, it's working, you're getting views, you're getting followers. Then you see somebody do something completely different than what you're doing. Let's say you make video game stuff and you see a workout trend, trending and getting millions of views. Don't switch your entire channel dynamic because you see one group of people doing obscenely well. That's not going to work. You can't go around just trying to change your channel to the most popular thing every day. You need to stay on message. And if your message is something you care about, something you feel you can communicate effectively to people, you will get there eventually. You just have to stay patient. And also, when you see people trending and doing really well, it doesn't mean they're making the right thing and you're making the wrong thing. A lot of that's kind of like confirmation bias. Like, you see something really popular, so you think, oh, everyone that does that is very popular. But really, there's plenty of people hopping on that trend that aren't getting popular either. You really need to stay on message and stay doing what you're passionate about. Now, it's not to say you cannot participate in relative topics, like within your brand. Like, if you're a video game person and you see people covering a new popular video game, it's perfectly fine to cover that topic. Moving your topics around to cover things that people want to hear about, that's being a good YouTuber. But totally shifting the dynamic of your channel to hop on a trend, that's never going to work, as tempting as it may be. If you want an example from kind of my time as a YouTuber, so, I do War Thunder, I do Roblox, kind of a little bit of history. But then a big thing is kind of people like to see aviation stuff and like trick shots with airplanes and whatever. I don't make that kind of content. Now, I see it do extremely well, and it is tempting to hop on, the trend and try to make something like that. But I don't. I stick to what I do, which is video games and history type stuff. And even if I try to ever stick my foot in that kind of water, it never does as well as I'm hoping. You gotta just accept that sometimes, people are gonna do well, and that's okay too, and you just need to stick on your message. Now, the second thing you need to do, and it's one of the most important things you need to do if you're making any social media, is you need to develop a brand. And what do I mean by a brand specifically? I mean, when people see your content, they have to know somehow that it's your own. You can't just make nondescript videos and hope that people remember, oh, that's Ratcore's video. You have to put a little spin on videos to make them your own, or else you're just gonna fall in with everybody else, especially if you're in a market as competitive as gaming. Something needs to speak to people to go, oh, that's Ratcore. I do this by putting the little red rat, the blue rat, in the corner of my video. So now I'm not just someone playing War Thunder. I'm the guy with the little rat, so now I'm Ratcore. And now people might not always like it. I've gotten some negative feedback on the rats before. I've gotten some why is it there feedback on the rats before. But it's important, because now if you keep scrolling by my videos, you might swipe by once or twice, but then you're going to know that it's me, and that will make people more likely to subscribe and take interest in who you are later on. Number 3, and I kind of already touched on this on number 1, but I'll bring it up again. You have to be patient. People will grow at different rates. Maybe your buddy's YouTube channel will do better than yours. Maybe your TikTok will do better than theirs. People just grow at different rates for different reasons. Don't hold yourself, super accountable for that. There's a little bit of randomness to it. Sometimes what you do just doesn't work out as well as what some other person does, and vice versa. It's okay. Don't see someone growing super fast and you growing kind of slow and you think you're doing everything wrong. Now, it's not wrong to reevaluate your content, but don't let it get you down. Just be patient. You'll have that growth too if you keep working to make good content. Number 4, this is apparently kind of a controversial thing, but I don't know really why. Stay consistent. I don't mean I post every day. You don't have to post every day, but you need to post at a regular interval, because then people that like you, they can follow your content and know when it's going to be up so they know when to check it. And also, you gain momentum as you post consistently. So when I started streaming a really long time ago, I'd only stream on Saturday, which is fine, but then I got sick one Saturday and I didn't stream. Some of those people in that first stream, I have never seen again, because you lose that momentum, especially when you're a new YouTuber. People aren't going to stick around all the time and wait for you to come back. You need to keep a consistent schedule to keep those people there with you and interested in what you're doing. Yeah, again, I'm not saying every day, but if you say you're going to post on Tuesdays and Thursdays, post every Tuesday and Thursday. People get mad and say, oh, you should only post when you have a good video. And that's fine, you should only post when you have a good video. But you don't have to only post when you have a perfect video. Look, if you've committed to making content every few days, then do the best you can to try to make content every few days. Every video you make, especially early on, is not going to be perfect. Which kind of brings me on to my next point, which is, don't focus on making videos perfect. Just avoid making things that are terrible. Which is what I try to do. So, it's kind of tough to make a perfect video. So I don't even know what is in a perfect YouTube video. But what I do know is when I watch YouTube videos, there's certain things that irk me and certain things I will click away from if I see them in videos. I try to avoid those things. Instead of trying to figure out what makes YouTube videos so perfect all the time, you're better off to figure out, oh man, I don't like that in a YouTube video, and take that out. And that's going to be a lot easier for you than to make decent content, because now instead of chasing whatever might be perfect, you are objectively avoiding things that are bad, which is a much better way to make content. Yet again, how do I post every day? Well, I don't think about, oh, is this video perfect? I think, oh, is this video awful? Does it have things from YouTube that I hated it? No. And then I post it. And I think this is number 6. Number 6 here, you gotta stay motivated. This is kind of staying consistent. Now you also gotta stay motivated. It's tough to stay motivated as a small YouTube channel. You're not gonna have a lot of viewers in the beginning. Even now, I'm doing kind of well, right? I have 500 something subscribers. There's only a few people in my streams every night. I only get so many views on my videos, and when I started off, I got no views and no one in my streams. You have to be prepared, that a lot of people aren't going to tune in at the beginning. That's okay. But you have to be just as committed and just as excited to perform for 0 people as you are to perform for 100,000 people, because no one's ever going to give you the attention if your attitude is, oh, nobody's here anyway, what does it matter? I mean, I used to stream for hours with nobody there, but I would talk and make commentary like people were. So then when people showed up, they thought that this was a real production. You have to almost trick people. And this is something I kind of try to do. This is a little bit, I guess, peeling back the curtain. I try to act like Rackcore is a big production, even though it isn't. It's just me and 2 other people. And we're just working, on our computers making these videos like anybody else. But that kind of facade of, oh, this is a big deal, we're really working on something, it makes people think, oh, this is something that's worth my time. So, you gotta stay motivated. You gotta work, like I said, you gotta work like there's 1,000 people, even if there's just none, or just 1, or just 2. That's how you have to keep it. And also with staying motivated, here's just some tips for staying motivated, period. I don't know where else to put this in the video. Something I do is I have rivals. Now, I don't mean people that I dislike or harass or anything. I go around and I find people that have a similar following, but they're a little bit bigger than me. And in my mind, I think, okay, by the end of the month, we're gonna try to pass them. Now again, I'm not mean to these people. I don't even know who they are most of the time. But I just think, oh, he has 700 subscribers, I have 600. My goal was to pass him. And then when you pass them, it feels good. It just gives you something to work towards, even when there's not that many people to watch your videos to begin with. There's nothing wrong with that. Also, try to find someone that can help you in your videos. This is what I did. So you can actually watch, if you look at my analytics, you can see there was a time where I was getting nobody, and then it slowly starts taking up. And it's when I brought in my first partner to Rackcore. Because, yet again, it helps you stay motivated. Because, yeah, when it was just me, I'd skip some weeks, I'd skip some days, I wouldn't do anything. Because I had no one holding me accountable, who cares? But now that I had a partner, I'm like, oh, I can't not post because I will let them down. So if you can bring somebody else in with you to keep you accountable, that's going to really help you to stay motivated. And then the last and most important thing I can ever recommend is be nice. Be kind, and be patient with your viewers. Nobody likes it when you have, especially in gaming, this big, edgy, kind of mean attitude. People don't like that. People don't respect that. People can tell when you're being genuinely nice. I mean, when I started on TikTok stream, I greet people, I ask them how they're doing, and they appreciate that. And they know it comes from a genuine place because I am genuinely, curious about how people are doing, and I want to make sure that my viewers are happy and good. That's an important thing. People can pick up on when you're being nice. So just, I know it's tough. I know it's hard to stay motivated to post every day. I know some days you'll be frustrated. Some days you'll be tired. If you can, though, stay positive. And like I said, always be kind to your viewers. Because, they're why we're here. And they deserve it. And they're very nice for giving us their time. and they're very kind for giving us a chance. So just try to reflect that back to them. It will go a long way, I promise you. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of it. Good luck out there. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'm going to address them. Personally, I read all the comments. I respond to all the comments. So yeah, let me know if you have anything else. And if you have more questions, maybe I can address them in a future video. Let me know. And yeah, good luck.